Welcome to Association Engine. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to set up and synchronize events using the Events Sync screen. First, go to the WordPress dashboard and then go to Association Engine, Events Sync. The top of the Events Sync screen, which is also referred to as the Events Object Synchronization screen, shows several custom field names that can be used in any custom post types tool. We use Smart Simian for our custom post types. The important thing here is to make sure that the field names you use in your custom post type tool match the field names listed in the Events Sync screen. What we're looking at right now is the event information field group for our Smart Simian custom post type in this particular setup. And you can see that we have a custom field called start date and time. Notice that the start date and time is using the system name EVT_start, which was one of the field names that was listed on the Event Sync screen. Now, back to the Event Sync screen. When you first synchronize your events, which we're going to do a bit later, Association Engine downloads all of the relevant data from NetForum and creates a record for each event in WordPress. After that, you can return to this page and resync the events as needed. We very highly recommend this procedure for any clients who have more than a few hundred records. If you want, you can let Association Engine set up a cron job to synchronize the events for you automatically. All you have to do is change the clear cache reoccurrence setting to run the sync hourly, twice daily, or daily. You also will want to specify the time for the sync. Keep in mind that this is in Greenwich Mean Time. You also should keep in mind that if you have several hundred or thousands of records, an hourly, twice daily, or even daily download can negatively impact the performance of your website and potentially slow it to a crawl on a regular basis. Our best practice is to simply run the sync after you've made a lot of changes or additions to the events in NetForum. If you decide to run the sync automatically, we do very highly recommend selecting a time that's off hours for usage of the website. And also, again, keep in mind that that time is in Greenwich Mean Time. We have another setting that allows us to specify how many years worth of events to sync. The default for that is 3 years, but you can change it to any number between 1 and 9. Synchronizing a massive number of any kind of data can be problematic, on some hosting environments especially. So while you can set this as high as 9 years, we don't recommend doing that unless you only have a few events per year. Most of the rest of the settings on the Event Sync screen allow you to customize what appears on some of the events pages. For example, I can type in, if you have any issues, please contact support@pongos.com. Remember, this is for the group registration help text. I could probably just copy and paste that into the registration type help text, the registration package help text, and then the optional HTML. Now you could customize each of these if you wanted to. So for example, you might want to specify some additional help text for group registration in particular, because group reg can take longer. So please be patient. And that's going to show a custom message on the group registration page only. It won't show that same registration information on the individual registration page. Now you can also specify which page you would like users to return to if they press the cancel button when they're registering for an event. Just select any page from your website in this dropdown. There's one more setting at the bottom of the page that's important, but really only for folks who know a little bit about databases. You can add a custom where clause to specify which events to sync. So for example, you might want to query events that only happen after a certain date or have a certain event type. You can just enter a custom where clause here, which I'm going to just copy and paste from another one, and then save the settings. So after you've saved your settings, I'm actually going to make it so that we're only downloading 1 year worth of data. I don't want to download a ton. So we're going to save our settings. And the last thing that we're going to do is download from server. This can take a while. And you can see it's downloading. It's still downloading. And I'm actually scrolling. I'm using the arrow key to scroll through as it's doing this download. It's still downloading. Okay, so now we're all done. So I can take a look now in my events custom post type which I had previously set up using Smart Simian. And there are all of my events. Now, we can also set up a custom cron job that will run on your server that will allow us to unpublish events that are in the past, because typically you're not going to want to have those show up in your results for your searches for your events. Now let's take a look at how these events that we just synchronized might appear in the WordPress website. This particular instance has a lot of customization for Smart Simian. We've had to set up some Smart Simian searches and Smart Simian templates, and we did some customization on the theme to display all of this content. But you can see that this is going to show a bunch of events, and you can register for all of them, and you can filter. Again, this part of it is going to be using Smart Simian, not Association Engine. So I can specify a date range, and then I can filter based on that date range. So it's only going to show me events that occur after a certain date. So let me have them only occur after January 25th. And there we go. That's all we have for Event Sync. If you have any further questions, please contact support@pongos.com. Thanks.